Okay, recording started. Hello everyone. Five in here. Please don't mind my rank. Uh, yeah, I haven't played in a while. I haven't played ranked in a while. Yeah, I'm just gonna make a short tutorial. Well, hopefully short. Tutorial. Hello, game. Okay. Hopefully short tutorial on the drone editor. So, let's start with the controls and the basic fundamentals that you will need. First, I'll explain the symmetry. Of course, you know what symmetry is. Toggle this on. It's symmetrical. Toggle this symmetrical off. That means it's not. You can make asim builds with that. And if you shift the center, the symmetry will be on the even axis and not an odd axis. Yeah. Indicators. I don't really know what those are. I think they're like I'm not sure what these are. And reference is just this very short human that's like really useless. You can toggle that on or off, it doesn't matter. Okay, so it's left click to place down, and if you alt click, then you can delete the blocks. Left click to place down and alt click to delete. Right now we're in planner mode, which is number 1. If you press 1, it just toggles this. If you toggle 2, it turns into directional mode, which means that you can place on the top. If you turn into planner, you can only place on the plane. And if you press F, I believe, wait, no, sorry, disregard that. Yeah. So if you go into directional mode, we can just do this. And if we use the page up and page down on the number pad, of course you have to have number lock off. With directional mode, you can go make your bot go up and down, and your arrow keys you can move your drone side to side, front back. Up down is page up down, of course, like I said. And right now it's flashing red because it does not have a system. I'll get to that in a bit. In paint mode, of course, it's obvious. I'll just paint whatever block you're selecting. And these are the paints you have, or you can use these custom paints, which you can click this to change the different types. Let's say I want to use this. You just use that. Also, if you have this selected and then use directional or some planner, they will place down in the skin of this. Yeah, that's about it for paint mode. And this is the standard colors, which means that you just had a color wheel. This works the same way, or just like that. Also, if you have this color selected, and you change the color, the entire drone it shifts color according to the color of this. Like whatever block has this color selected, it will have that. Okay, next let's get to the controls. Actually, I need to explain the controls. So Q and E is up and down. I don't know why, but E is up and Q is down. And if you shift click a block, you can see that there will be, let me just get a singular block. There will be yellow corners and pluses. If you click 1 plus, it will extend it to a 1 by 2. And you can click it again on the side to make it a 2 by 2. Now this is the limit to how bigger a block can get, which means that if you click it again, it just gets shorter. And if you click a corner, as you just saw, you can delete a corner to make sloped blocks. If it's a 1 by 1, it looks like this. If it's a 2 by 2, it looks like this. So you can utilize that to your design advantage. I'll get back to the planner. Okay, so first of all, now I'll explain the components. I'll start with this one. This is called a system. You can either use this one or the 2 by 2 one. You can only have one system on your bot and a drone, and essentially this will be like a core. If this in the future, if this gets destroyed, then your entire drone will be gone. Well, that's the plan. At the moment, there's no component damage, and a system is required for anything else to be done in the drone editor. So like if you don't have a system, you can place down blocks, but you can't really place down any components, as you can see. So I'll just place down a smaller system for now. You need to check the stats for the overall system. What is it? What's it called? The overall system efficiency. You can decide that on your own. I'm not going to explain that. And these are the cameras. Basically, this allows you to view in first-person mode, as you know in drone. These, as long as you have one that's facing front, you need to remember this. A camera has to face front. One camera, your primary camera. It has to. Otherwise, your guns will shoot in a stupid direction. Please keep this in mind. So many people have placed it like right here, and like, why isn't my drone like firing upwards? Because your camera is facing upwards. Please, just place it in the front. Do me a favor. These are all cameras, different types, 2x3. This number of course indicates the how big the camera will be. So as you see, so that's it. Oh, of course. Unlike some games, you need to have all the mounts be fulfilled. To place down a block, meaning that you can't do something like this where only half the block, half the mount is on. You need to have all of the mounts of the component on. Stabilizers, these don't really do anything yet. I'm not sure what they will do. So yeah, and they don't do anything yet, so I recommend not using them yet. Radar, this will allow you to spot enemy drones. These also do not function yet, but they will function in the future. Inventory, these will allow sticky bombs on your drones. Yeah, that's basically it. You can hold sticky bombs if you have these inventories. Temperature, these are very essential, and having an excess amount of cooling is very important if you're using laser type weapons, because laser type weapons will use energy, and that energy will be generated by using the generators. These are the generators. These generators will generate energy. So like if you place one down, as you can see on the right menu, you have total output of 25. Yeah, because this power output has 25. So if you would place a component like a powerful one, like this one, which has a 280 power output, you can have a 280 power output. And this passive power usage, this is your baseline power usage. You need to have a power generation that's at least this amount. This will increase as you place down other components, because almost every component uses power. Batteries, these will be apparently like a mana pool for your generated energy. So you can store an excess amount of energy afterwards, which will also be used by energy weapons and the cloak module. Fuel tanks will allow you to hold extra nitro cans for those extra boosts. Yeah, that's basically it. And I skipped over this, but this is a horn. It lets you honk. It doesn't work yet. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, also batteries do not have any purpose yet. And extra cooling and extra generation also does not have a purpose yet. However, they will soon be added in the future, so I would recommend adding extra amount of things like that in the future. Now to the movement. Hover pads, they're fairly obvious. They're hover pads. Like they move. You know what they do. They're literally a movement. There's no difference between wing and hover at the moment. And wings are, of course, they're wings. Like I just said, they have no difference between the movement. It's just power usage and the movement speed, and of course the shape. Uh, when you build like these movement components, you will notice that there are these white markings. This will account as the entire hitbox of this movement right here. Which means that your movement will be moving across this entire white part. So you cannot build anything within this white area. I'll show you. If you try to build here, as you can see, I can literally not place it down. I have my mouse on this area right here. I cannot place it down because the white part's in the way. Uh, Gliders, they look cool, but they do not do anything yet. No one knows what they will do. Same with wheels. They look pretty decent, but they also don't do anything. Tank tracks are non-existent, doesn't work. Like, non-existent doesn't work. Boosters. This will allow extra speed when using nitro. Nitro is limited, of course. The nitro works just like any other car game, and you can pick them up along the which are located within the maps. And each booster boosts a certain amount, and they weigh and use a certain amount of power. And you can see that it has a white, really long outline, which means that you cannot encase any boosters. Also, directional boost does not work yet, which means that even if you place your boosters on the side or like the front, like this, they will still give a boost in the forward direction, which means that you just go forwards faster when you use boost. This is a feature that will be changed later to direction boost, I believe. I'm not sure, but I believe that is the case. Guns. These are machine guns. They're literally miniguns or machine guns. They're like the most standard guns in the game. They're pretty powerful though. This is a standard machine gun, and I believe this is a turret version, which will be later used for ground bots. Yeah, these are the turret, and these are the normal ones. I believe they do the same damage and all that. So if you're air drone, just use the smaller one. Like I don't know why you would use something that looks like a chode on a drone. And these are shotguns. These are pretty underpowered at the moment. Like compared to other guns, they're pretty underpowered. Don't get me wrong, they're pretty powerful, but they're just underpowered compared to the other gun because of the DPS. But they're shotguns. They're essentially shotguns. Same with the turret version. Turret shotgun. I don't know why this is happening, but okay. So this needs to be placed diagonal for some reason. Don't ask why, I don't know either, but yeah, that's the shotgun. Blasters, these are like pulse lasers. They have a travel time in the guns, and yeah, that's about it. They have travel time in the gun for a lot of burst damage. They do a lot of damage, and this component is different. They look similar, but they are different, of course. I don't know why I have to explain that. Oh, also, there's a maximum amount of guns you can, one type of gun that you can put on one drone. Pulse lasers, for example, they have a maximum of 6. You can see how if you reach the limit by just placing it down. Uh, Let me just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then if I just extend this, if I try to place down 7, it gives me a notification saying component build limit reached. Some components have a build limit, some components don't. This does not account for only guns. I'm sorry, I should have explained this earlier. It counts for almost like half of the components in the game. Beam weapons, they're like lasers. They do really low damage, but they're like really easy to use tracking with it because it just shoots straight and it creates the beam of where you're shooting. Throw weapons, I'm not sure what they are, not added yet. Rocket launchers, these allow you to fire rockets in the game, and you can put up to 4 of each of these rocket launchers. The stats are a little warped, like it's kind of borked right now. Like the smaller one's way more than the bigger one. I don't know why that's happening, but yeah. Also, the small one's the same capacity as the bigger one. Right now, there's no reason to use the small one right now. I'm not sure why. This is probably a bug, but yeah, that's the missiles. And the missiles, I believe they fire from the center of your bot or your camera. I'm not sure where, but they do not fire from the barrel of the rocket launchers, unlike all their other guns, I believe. However, the angle of the rockets will be affected, meaning that if you place your rocket launcher like this, it will fire like this, and then it will go towards the enemy because it's a locking weapon. If you do not lock, it'll just fire straight in this direction, even though your drone is facing this way. And grenade launchers, I'm not sure what they are. They're not added yet. Cannons, they're added as a component in the game. However, they are not implemented into the game yet, meaning that even if you have them attached on your road, you cannot fire them. Yeah, this is just a not yet added feature. Targeting is like it's a feature that will be added in the future, but this is essentially what will allow you to lock onto enemies using the rocket launchers, I believe. Next to the defense category, these are armor plates. You can place them in like a really compact way. They have different health and size each. And by compact way, I mean like within one cube, you can place like 2 of these, so you can have more health in one area, kind of like that. Or if you have like a really tight space between components, like this, or you have extra space to your right, you can place down components like that. Or I guess you can. Oh, you can't do that. Oh, that's sad. But you can also slope your cubes. But and do that, I guess. Yeah, basically just armored plates. Shields. These will generate shields, and these take up a lot of power usage. Which means that if you have this, you will have extra health. At the moment, they do not work at all, but you will have extra health. And the advantage to using shields is that they will add a lot of health without any component damage, meaning that even if you take damage, these shields will soak up all the damage until it's drained of its health. Repair modules, they also do not work yet. They are in the game, but they do not work yet. These will allow you to auto heal without health pack. That is a feature that is intended from what I heard. Countermeasures, this will be, I feel like these will be like countermeasures for missiles. They are also not added into the game yet. And cloak, as I mentioned earlier, these are from the energy usage. These will drain energy if you use them, and I'm not sure what they will do. If they will like cloak your bot entirely or just prevent you from being radar spotted. I'm not sure what they'll do, but they're in the game, but they're not added as a feature yet. And this flag menu is just literally unclickable. Don't ask why. And some building tips I can give is, let's say you have let's say that this entire part is just encased, this entire part, and you want to get inside through this wall. Let's say that you have a hole here. If you are in the directional or any of these 3 modes, you cannot pass through this hole. However, if you have component building mode, so like this, like any of these component building modes, I'll have armor selected for now, you are allowed to pass through. So you can use this to your advantage when you're building. Also, you're allowed to do things like this, just all sorts of fun stuff. If you want like a really compact thing, I guess you can't do that, but yeah. If you rotate your mouse while hovering with not over a block, but just hovering on empty space with the component, you can if you rotate your mouse, you can rotate the thing. If you shift and move your thing, it does not snap into place, meaning that you can see that it's just automatically snaps if I don't press shift. If I hold shift, I can just place it freely. And same for the spinning, it does not snap lock into a certain position, meaning that you can place at an angle which is not multiple 45 degrees. If you do not press it, it's just rotating 45 degrees every time you rotate it. Now that the component's placed, if you hover over the block with component mode, you need to remember that you need to be in component mode to do this. If you hover the block over the block and hover your mouse over the block and then scroll, you can change the color to the preset colors. I'm not sure how many colors there are, but that's a feature. You can do this for you can do this for literally all components. But yeah, I think that's about it for the tutorial. I will go over the controls again because some people forget that for some reason. Up, down is Q and E. E is up, Q is down. WASD for 2D movement. But if you if you right click, you can look around the block. Left click does not do anything. But if you right click, you can look around, and if you face up and then do 2D dimensional WSD movement, you can your axis will tilt up in the angle of the camera, so you can use that if you wish. Shift click will allow you to adjust the block or modify the block type. Alt click is deleting the block completely. There's no undo. Remember this, there's no undo. And these are the component modes and the builder modes. And yeah, that's about it for the tutorial. Thanks for watching. Hopefully that was short enough. And have fun. Bye.